Are you ready to make the creamiest, dreamiest mac and cheese you've ever tasted? Today, we're diving into a classic that warms the heart like no other, macaroni and cheese. But not just any version. This one's packed with a special touch of creaminess and an extra layer of flavor that sets it apart. You'll need some elbow macaroni, heaps of cheddar, a splash of milk, and a few more kitchen staples. Get ready to elevate this beloved dish to new heights. Stick around to transform simple ingredients into a culinary masterpiece. Start with the basics, boiling the pasta. When you're aiming for that perfect bite of macaroni, the magic begins with how you boil your pasta. Let's turn up the heat and dive into the essentials. First things first, grab a large pot. Size does matter here, as we want our pasta to have plenty of room to dance in the boiling water. Fill it generously with water, enough to give the pasta ample space to cook evenly. Now let's crank up the heat and bring this pot to a rolling boil. While we wait for that, here's a tip: don't forget the salt. Adding a good pinch of salt to the water is like giving your pasta a pre-season boost. It's crucial for bringing out the natural flavors of the pasta, making it anything but bland. Once the water is bubbling with excitement, it's time to plunge the pasta in. Stir gently at the beginning to prevent any sticking. Now patience is key. Let it cook until it's just tender. Keep an eye on it. You want it cooked just right, not too soft, not too firm. With our pasta perfectly tender, let's create a sauce that's equally spectacular. Now, let's whisk up magic with our creamy cheese sauce. In the realm of comfort food, the creamy cheese sauce of macaroni and cheese holds a crown. The journey to this luscious, velvety sauce starts with a simple yet crucial technique known as making a roux. Begin by melting a generous scoop of butter in a saucepan over medium heat. As the butter melts, it begins to foam slightly, releasing a comforting, nutty aroma. Once the butter is fully melted, it's time to sprinkle in an equal amount of all-purpose flour. This is the moment where magic starts to happen. Stir the mixture briskly with a whisk. The goal here is to cook the flour without letting it brown too much, which usually takes about a minute. This process is essential as it cooks out the raw flour taste and forms the base that will thicken our sauce, ensuring that the final product has that glorious, creamy consistency. As the roux turns a delightful golden color and gives off a toasty smell, slowly start pouring in the milk. This step is all about patience and precision. Pour slowly and keep that whisk moving. Stir continuously to dissolve the roux into the milk. This is crucial to avoid any lumps and make sure the sauce is as smooth as silk. Keep stirring and watch as the mixture transforms before your eyes. First, it will thin out, then gradually thicken as it comes up to a simmer. The transformation into a thick, creamy sauce is not just chemistry, it's culinary art. As the sauce simmers gently, it thickens into a rich, velvety texture that coats the back of a spoon, a true sign of perfection in making a classic bechamel, the base of our cheese sauce. Lower the heat as needed to maintain a gentle simmer. This prevents the bottom from catching and ensures the sauce stays smooth. With our sauce silky smooth, it's time for the star of the show: cheese. Cheese lovers, this is your moment. Let's dive into the heart of this dish, the cheese. For our creamy macaroni and cheese, we're spotlighting sharp cheddar, praised for its rich and deep flavor that truly transforms the sauce. But why stop there? Feel free to get adventurous with your choices. Maybe a touch of Gruyere for a nutty undertone or some pepper jack for a bit of a kick. Now, watch as the sharp cheddar is grated finely, each strand promising to melt seamlessly into our velvety sauce. As we sprinkle the cheese into the pan, it begins to meld with the warm, creamy base, creating a luscious blend that's simply irresistible. But what's cheese without a little spice? To personalize your mac and cheese, consider adding a pinch of paprika for smokiness or a dash of garlic powder for a subtle zing. Each spice not only enhances the flavor, but also makes each bite uniquely yours. Our delicious sauce is ready. Let's bring it all together. All great dishes come together in the end. Let's mix. Now that our pasta is perfectly tender and the cheese sauce is velvety smooth, it's time to bring these two stars together. We'll start by adding the drained pasta back into the pot. Then pour the golden creamy cheese sauce over the pasta. Make sure to coat every single piece of pasta with this rich and gooey cheese sauce for that perfect bite every time. As we stir, let's talk about personalizing this classic dish. For those who adore a bit of crunch, sprinkling some toasted breadcrumbs on top before serving adds a delightful texture. If you're feeling adventurous, why not toss in some crispy bacon bits or a dash of smoked paprika for a smoky flavor? The beauty of macaroni and cheese is its versatility. Now, as we give it one last stir, watch the cheese stretch and meld with the pasta, creating that irresistible, creamy texture that makes mac and cheese a beloved dish across ages and continents. The steam rising off the pot carries with it the tantalizing aroma of melted cheese and butter, making it almost impossible to wait. It's time to plate up. Spoon generous amounts onto plates. Watch the cheese beautifully string as you lift each serving. Maybe garnish with a little parsley or a sprinkle of extra cheese on top for that gourmet touch. Voila! Creamy, dreamy mac and cheese ready to be served. Enjoy every bite. Look at this golden, cheesy goodness. Hard to resist, right? If this bubbling spectacle of comfort has your mouth watering, imagine the satisfaction of enjoying your very own homemade batch. We've walked through each step, from the tender pasta to the lusciously smooth cheese sauce, and now it's your turn to take the spotlight. Why not dive into your kitchen and give this recipe a spin? Feel free to toss in a twist, maybe a dash of smoked paprika or a handful of crispy bacon bits to elevate it even further. Cooking is not just about following recipes, it's about making them your own. Once you've mastered this dish, or perhaps added your unique flair, we'd love to see it. Drop a picture or comment below, share how it went, any modifications you made, or what creamy dream you'd like us to whip up next. Savor the taste, share your